Open up the window. I'm breathing in the last of September. I can feel the wind blow and the late summer sky.
Welcome back. Today we're doing one of my favorite videos of the year and we're decorating for fall. We're going to focus on the living room, entryway, and master bedroom today. I did paint the entryway table. I was over the white and I painted it black. It's the same exact paint that I used on our headboard. I'm really excited to share that with you guys because I love how it came out. Before we get started with our fall decorating, I am going to do a little haul for you guys. I talked about this in my original fall haul. I purchased some of the new Hearth and Hand items. This line is gorgeous. It is so much prettier in person than online. I highly recommend going to see it in person if you have a chance to. I also bought a couple other things that are not part of the Hearth and Hand line that I want to show you guys. I'm not going to be using all of these items today. Some of them will be used in my kitchen and dining room fall decorating video, but I want to go ahead and share them with you. I'll be sure to link everything from this haul and anything else that I use in the video that I can in the description box down below. Thank you so much to those of you who have already used my links. I do make a small commission off of the items that you buy when you use my links, and I appreciate it so much. First up is this tea kettle. Look at that detail, and the metal parts are a copper color. This is just beautiful, gorgeous. I've been wanting a tea kettle for a while, and when I saw this one in the fall line, I knew I had to get it. This is $24.99. The next item I will be using in today's video, and it's this beautiful pumpkin brown vase with this ribbed detailing. It's, I think, about a foot, maybe a little bit more than a foot tall, and this was $29.99. Was it actually that much? I don't remember it being that much, but oh, I know why, because I used a 20% off coupon and gift cards and stuff, so that's probably why I'm thinking it wasn't that much. And then I had my 5% off from my red card. This is gorgeous though, and it matches some of her items from her fall line last year. Another item I will be using in today's video is this floral print. It's got some like kind of brassy gold detailing along the edge, and then it's black, and it's got these fall colored florals in there. And I saw this, and again, just like the tea kettle, I knew I had to have it. I think this was somewhere around $10. I don't have the price on it anymore, but like I said, I'll link it down below for you. I purchased two more prints from this line that I wasn't necessarily planning on purchasing. I knew I liked them, but I was gonna pass them up just for the sake of saving some money. But when I saw them in person, like I said, you guys have to see this in person, I could not leave them, mostly because I fell in love with this print. It has such beautiful colors. Hopefully you can see it with my light. Look at those colors for fall. I'm going to be using this in the kitchen, and then this is the other one that came with it. It's got a lot of greens in there, so if you like green for fall. And then the black frame, and this is going to be used in my dining room, I believe, and it was $20 for the set of two. Also going to be used in my dining room is the set of bowls. I just thought these colors were so pretty for fall, and it matches with the picture with the greens in it, and then these colors match my fall decor so well, and I really wanted to purchase these for the shelf I have in the dining room. They were maybe around $10 again. I took the packaging off. They were a pretty affordable buy, so if you want to add a touch of fall in your kitchen without going too over the top, this is such a good option to put in there without just using pumpkins. I'm thinking about going back and buying the picture that matches those bowls because it is so pretty, and I think it'll look nice on that shelf in the dining room as well. I have to see if it'll fit first, but I'm thinking maybe I'll get it. I'm not 100% sure yet. The next item in this haul is this pumpkin mug. This is from the This is from the Hide and Eek line. $5, and it's just an adorable little pumpkin mug. Definitely it looks like a dupe for the Pottery Barn pumpkin mug. I'll show you a picture here. The last two items I purchased from Target are actually Studio McGee items. These are from her spring line, but they look like that pumpkin brown color from the Hearth and Hand line, and I thought they would look perfect on the shelves next to the TV where I used to have the green boxes, and I could just replace it with these fall colored boxes. I don't know how these are spring, but they're perfect for my fall decor, and I went and snatched them up before they were gone. The small one was $15 and the large one was $20. And then last I purchased these bowls from Michaels. I got 4 of them. I was gonna try to use them on my tablescape, but it didn't end up working out when I was kind of playing around with my fall decor. I might use this on the shelf in the dining room if I don't use that picture I was talking about. If not, I might return them. These are $9.99 each. Yes, but then they're 40% off with the Michaels sale. The last thing for this haul is a duvet cover that I purchased on Amazon. It was super cheap. I think it was around $21. The price fluctuates. Sometimes it's less than 20, sometimes it's a little more than 20. It is the brown color, and in person it's more of an orange color. It's a little less orange than this pillow, but it's definitely not a true brown color. You'll see when I put it on the bed, but it is the exact color that I wanted for our duvet cover. That's all the fall decor that I've gotten since my last fall decor haul. Now let's jump into my favorite part, which is the decorating. We're starting off by having Ethan putting these 2 pieces of wall art on this shelf above the TV. I didn't want to get my step stool out, so I called him to help me. I have the picture that I used to have above the stove, and then my new butterfly picture with all of the pretty fall colors. I thought about putting my copper picture up here from Kirkland's, but I ended up wanting to save that for above the stove because of the copper tea kettle that I just bought. And now on the bookshelves next to the TV, you guys know I like to keep it balanced, so I try to make them like sisters and not twins, and have similar elements on both sides, whether that's similar textures, colors, heights, just to make it feel balanced but still have different things on each side and add visual interest.
It's like a giant ember. Everything is turning into gold. When the autumn leaves are playing chase, it puts a smile up on my face. They leave their branches one by one and whirl around there just for fun. Some are faster, some are slow, and some are high and some are low, dancing through the last days of September.
I'm changing out my books on this shelf to mostly my thrifted vintage books that I picked up from a used bookstore for super cheap, and I love how they look for fall. They add such a cozy touch and match my decor so well, and then I'm adding a few of my actual books that I need to read here, and I just think it looks so nice and matches so well with everything in this space.
Since I was a little child, every year for as long as I remember, all the leaves were running wild, going all the way until November. Turn the world around us.
Now we're moving on to the couch, and I'm doing something very similar to what I did last year, but I'm adding in a couple of brown pillows to really make it a little bit more moody and cozier than last year. I'm also going for a more cozy look as opposed to a put together look, so instead of putting the blankets on here really nice and neat, I'm kind of making them look like they were just thrown there and maybe they were being used before they were thrown onto the couch. If you guys have ever seen the couches in the YouTube videos, when you look up fall ambiance and it has like those cozy couches with all the pillows and blankets, That's exactly what I want to go for in this look. And it was really inspired just by me kind of throwing the stuff on the couch when I was starting to decorate. And I just liked how the blankets looked. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to keep them like this. This looks super cozy, which is what the fall season is all about, in my opinion. If you go back to my fall videos from last year, you'll see that I'm using the exact same pillows and blankets, but I'm adding in these Studio McGee pillows that are brown with the cream or tan colored flowers and the very small amount of orange throughout, which match perfectly with the orange and also add that touch of warm earthy brown. Then I changed my gallery wall, which again I used my prints from last year, which is totally fine. Using your things that you've been using throughout the years is perfectly okay, and then just build on what you already have if you love the items that you've purchased before. As I've previously stated, I'm trying to buy things that I know I'm gonna want to use for years ahead, so I don't have to keep repurchasing a bunch of stuff every year. And I've noticed that I'm purchasing less and less every year because of this. For my coffee table, I'm going to add florals because I love my flowers, and then my cute Studio McGee candles and some coffee table books with a candle and a pumpkin.
Into gold. When the autumn leaves are playing chase it, puts a smile up on my face. They leave their branches one by one and whirl around there.
Here's the final look for the living room. Now, I didn't use a ton of pumpkins in here. There are pumpkins sprinkled throughout, but I'm trying to bring in fall more with colors that I'm using in kind of everyday decor. Somebody was telling me that they were having trouble with decorating for fall without using a ton of pumpkins, and my advice is really just to use things that you would normally use, but get them in browns and oranges and burgundy colors, or whatever colors you use for fall. That way you're bringing in those colors and tying it all together without only using pumpkins. As you can see, I did that with my pillows, my blankets, my books, my flowers, and my art prints, and it really ties the whole look together.
For fun. Some are faster, some are slow, and some are high and some are low. Dancing through the last days of September. I wonder where they're going, the flight of swallows sailing through the sky. There's no way of knowing, but maybe someplace far.
Before I start painting the entryway table, I'm giving it a good wipe down. I'm not sanding it since I'm using chalk paint. However, I wish I would have sanded the parts from before when I painted it white that were not quite even. I didn't do that and I kind of regret it. Closing one of the drawers is hard. I had to sand it down, which you'll see later. And then when I was painting, it was kind of hard for the first coat to go on, but after that first coat, it went on a lot better. I've had this entryway table for about 1.5 years now. It came in a grayish color, but it was too gray for my decor, so I painted it white, and now I'm just over the white, so I wanted to paint it black. I had the leftover paint from before. I used it on our headboard, and now I'm using it on this, and I just thought it would look so pretty with the gold poles, and I cannot wait for you guys to see the finished product. I am in love with it, and I'm so happy I decided to do it. I said I would never paint this table again because it was so difficult the first time. It wasn't as bad this time. You just have to be patient when you're painting furniture, which is really hard for me. I just want it to be done, so I don't stop to take breaks really, but then I don't want to do it anymore. So it's kind of a vicious cycle, but I got it done and I'm so happy I did it. It looks so good with the fall decor on it as well because the black just matches really well with all of the stuff that I put on there.
From you and I, when the autumn leaves are playing chase it, puts a smile up on my face. They leave their branches one by one and whirl around there just for fun. Some are faster, some are slow, and some are high and some are low.
Alright, here's how we're looking with the entryway table. I did 3 coats on pretty much the whole thing, except for the bottom of the legs and the drawers. I did 2 coats on those, and it turned out fine. I used the paintbrush to get in the grooves there, and for the legs, the bottom of the legs, so I think it covered it a little bit more. It is dry, but it needs to cure for 24 hours, so I can't put anything on it until tomorrow because I finished putting paint on it late last night. But it's curing, and I have no patience, so this is really hard for me. I'm not a professional, so it's not perfect. As you can see, that's from the first time I painted it, like a year and a half ago. So we're not going to talk about that unevenness. And I can't tell like what's uneven from this time and from last time. I like to think I got better, but I don't know, maybe it's also the quality of the paint. Who knows? But I don't think anyone's going to be inspecting my entryway table super close, so I think it'll work. And then I have the poles here, which I rub and buff, and this one is the drawer from the drawer that we don't really use often. This one is the one that we used a lot, so it's coming off, and I want to touch them up so they really pop against the black. However, I cannot for the life of me find my rub and buff, so I have to wait for new rub and buff to come in a few days or 5 days, depending on how long it takes, which makes me sad because I really want to get this together, but we'll wait because none of the stores near me sell rub and buff. Also, just proof that this place isn't always clean. Look at all of this, because this is what happens every time I change seasons or holidays, and it drives me crazy until I'm done. But it's a hot mess up in here right now. Anyways, we're gonna move this into the entryway to let it finish curing and get it out of the way. And I'll see you guys when it's cured and I can decorate it.
Puts a smile up on my face. They leave their branches one by one and whirl around there just for fun. Some are faster, some are slow, and some are high and some are low. Dancing through the last days of September. Dancing through the last days of September.
After I ordered more rub and buff, I found my rub and buff in a vase that I was storing. So now I have 2 things of rub and buff, which is fine. I guess I'll use it eventually. Anyways, I am adding my new Hearth and hand vase to my entryway table, as well as the new marble candle tray and my new candle. I'm using my old Hearth and hand floral picks to put in the vase. They're still gorgeous and they go with my fall decor still. So I'm using them from maybe 3 years ago and adding some of my new Studio McGee art and the candle snuffer. And then I've had these pumpkins for a couple of years now, maybe a few years. They are from Target as well. The last space I'm decorating for today's video is our master bedroom. I changed out our duvet cover from the cream and tan striped one to this beautiful pumpkin brown color. It actually probably goes really well with those hearth and hand pieces that are pumpkin brown, but I would say that's an accurate description of this color because it's not exactly brown, but it's not exactly orange, and I thought it was perfect for fall and matches really well with my old Studio McGee pillows. They are from, I think, 3 years ago, and I still adore them. I used them in the room last year, but I had just our tan quilt on here. But I think the orange brown really pops in here and just really gives you that fall feeling and makes you feel really cozy and you want to snuggle up, drink some apple cider, and watch a spooky movie. If you look closely at those green Studio McGee pillows, they have that brown orange color and then also this dark brown color and the tan color on the plaid pillow. So it really pulls everything together. And then of course I had to add pumpkins onto the bed. I've had these pumpkin pillows also for a few years now, and I end up moving them to the other side of the bed. Over on this dresser, I'm putting some fall florals and my Lord of the Rings book set, which are perfect fall colors. These are from like the 1970s. I found them at a used bookstore. And then on my bedside table, I'm just putting a box that I'm using to put my jewelry in and a leaves candle from Bath & Body Works. Thank you guys for joining me for today's video. If you enjoyed it and you're not already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button down below. Make sure you also consider clicking on one of these videos that just popped up for you. I'll see you guys in the next one where we decorate my kitchen and dining room for fall. Bye guys!